Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel and another Oscar predictions video. And today we are starting off August with Best Picture. This is coming after all these announcements for the film festivals. They're still not quite finished with announcing what films are going to the film festivals, but still we've got a bunch of them, and also we've got a bunch of new trailers as well. Without any further ado, we might as well get into the predictions because there's still a lot to talk about. And honestly, yeah, the same top two are Sinners and Sentimental Value. You've heard my reasonings for why I feel like Sinners is probably more likely to take the Oscar than Sentimental Value, mainly in that Sinners, I feel like, would win more American Guilds, or at least would be more likely to win the big major American guilds, PGA, DGA, Writers Guild, SAG, than Sentimental Value, whereas Sentimental Value is not eligible for Writers Guild. At least I'm assuming it's not. I mean, who knows what could happen, but the worst person in the world wasn't eligible, so like Sentimental Value probably isn't going to be either. It's certainly not on the Writers Guild website as being Writers Guild covered. And I don't know, Sinners just kind of still seems like it's the big film of the year. And it's just like, I'm just gonna stick with Sinners for now. And we did get a trailer. We did actually got a couple of trailers for Jay Kelly and Rental Family. Now, this is interesting because Rental Family and Jay Kelly, like I was already Jay Kelly throughout the entire year, I was like, okay, this Noah Baumbach is going back to basics with this film, at least from what it seems, and it's probably gonna be pretty strong, especially with the acting, and people are saying Adam Sandler could win an Oscar for this. And now the trailer has been released, I feel like my bets are pretty good right now. Like, it looks like it's a kind of, it looks like a kind of funny, you know, introspective on George Clooney as an actor and all that. And Adam Sandler looks like he's giving a very good performance as well. And Laura Dern looks like she could be coming for a supporting actress nomination. But from what I have heard, like Jay Kelly, like it's really just those three actors and not really anyone else. But still, Rental Family also released a teaser, and again, it looks like it's going to be a top 5 contender. Now, I don't know if it's going to really win Best Picture, because, you know, like, I feel like this is the kind of film that would need like a Writers Guild win, but it's not eligible for the Writers Guild Awards, so and like, cause like Coda won Writers Guild, and sure, Coda also won BAFTA, but keep in mind, like, BAFTA came after SAG, and not only after SAG, significantly after SAG. So by the time Coda won Supporting Actor and Ensemble, people were really getting onto the Coda hype train. So that's what, like, so I don't know if it's going to be that kind of thing for Rental Family, because SAG is once again going last this year. And if this isn't eligible for Writers Guild, it's probably not going to end up winning. Like really, I just don't know what the path would be for Best Picture at that point, because it's only looking at like a screenplay win, that, like, because you need to win screenplay or director, but Rental Family looks like it's not going to do either of those. But still, I think it's going to be a big crowd pleaser. I think it's going to win the TIFF People's Choice Award. Brendan Fraser looks like he's going to be very good in it. It just looks like it's going to be a big crowd pleaser. And then we have Bugonia. And I feel like this is going to be, a pretty safe bet for a Best Picture nomination. I don't think it's going to win the Golden Lion like some people think it will, because, I mean, like, Poor Things already won the Golden Lion, and usually these film festivals don't like to double dip that much. At least not since I've been watching it. But still, again, now, one interesting thing is that this, unlike Poor Things and The Favorite, actually is eligible for the Writers Guild Awards, because the writer of this movie was one of the writers for The Menu, and that actually did get nominated for the Writers Guild of America Awards. So Bugonia has a little bit of an advantage that Poor Things didn't really have, even though really I think, you know, American Fiction still would have won that year, but still. So yeah, pretty safe bet for Best Picture right now, even though it's not going to a lot of the other festivals. Like, again, it's going to Venice, but I don't think it's going really much else. So we'll have to keep an eye on what's going on there. And then we get the bottom half, and this is really just like a dog-eat-dog world. Like, who knows what's happening here? Even after the trailer, I still think Avatar: Fire and Ash is gonna be in Best Picture. Again, I'm just going with the logic that I'll doubt James Cameron until proven otherwise. Because, like, sure, that doesn't have the legacy sequel status that the second Avatar did, but also when some people say, well, you know, maybe Avatar: Fire and Ash doesn't get nominated for some of the other categories that the second Avatar did, but like, let's take a look at what the second Avatar got nominated for. Aside from Best Picture, visual effects, production design, and sound. I think those are honestly, those are pretty easy categories to stay in. Like, obviously, yeah, the second film didn't get into film editing, and it didn't get into, you know, cinematography. But those three categories, it looks like it's just going to be pretty stable in those. Like, especially with production design not looking to be that strong this year. I mean, we'll see how everything goes, but it's like, I just don't know how really what could get into production design over Avatar. And also, even then, cinematography is looking very weak compared to 2022, so maybe it could still squeeze into cinematography. We'll have to see. I know a lot of people are taking out it was just an accident, but again, I don't have a lot of other good alternatives right now. So again, until I find a better option, I'm still going to stick it was just an accident in picture and director, and maybe still original screenplay. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. This really could fall out of Best Picture. I could see it because the director hasn't really made any Best Picture nominees before. The closest he got was Crazy Heart, but that was like 2009. And so I'm not entirely sure if this is fully going to stick in there. But still, I mean, I don't really see a reason, or at least like not a significant enough reason for me to doubt it right now. But we'll see. One battle after another. It's weird that I'm only predicting this for Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay, but really, I just don't think it's going to be that strong overall. And I don't think, and if it's like this low in Best Picture, I don't think it's going to get an editing nomination. And plus, like, even then, like, I can't really think of a movie that got nominated for Best Picture, Best Screenplay, and Best Editing, and that was it. So I'm going to go with Best Screenplay or Adapted Screenplay and Best Picture for now, which, you know, in the years of 10, we have seen that happen quite a bit. The past 3 years have seen movies that only got nominated for picture, screenplay, and that was it. You know, Past Lives, Nickel Boys, and Women Talking. So it's not unreasonable. And I'm still going to put in, is this thing on? Now, apparently this is going to be showing at New York Film Fest. And I'm not sure if this is going to TIFF or not, but I don't know. Again, I don't really have a lot of other good options, but again, this could still be a film that, you know, relies heavily on its screenplay and the acting. And Bradley Cooper's gotten a couple of films in the Best Picture already, at least in terms of directing, and he's produced a couple of other Best Picture nominees. So, like, it is a little bit more, like, you know, down to earth than his other two Best Picture films, but maybe this is just what he needs. And then we move on to the next 5, and, you know, again, who knows? No Other Choice could probably get in. If I were to swap out It Was Just an Accident, I would put in No Other Choice. And some things do make sense here. You could put this in for picture, director, international feature, and adapted screenplay, considering this category is very weak. But again, right now I just don't see enough of a reason to doubt Accident, especially since it is going to some of the fall fests. So I'm still willing to put it in there, to put, Accident in there. But then we have The Secret Agent, which again is another neon film. Good God, there are so many neon films this year. And I will say initially, sometimes, like, at least around July, I did like either Heaven, No Other Choice at 10, or Secret Agent at 10. But then I kind of realized, wait, that would mean 3 neon films are in Best Picture, and I don't think they're going to do that. And plus, I don't know if, like, Brazil is going to manifest another film getting into Best Picture the very next year. So, I don't know. Train Dreams, I mean, it would not be a very strong Best Picture package for this. Like, you could see picture, adapted screenplay, maybe cinematography. But again, I don't know. It does have the acclaim, and again, there's not... I mean, I know I have like 30 films here, but in terms of strong competition, I mean, it has the acclaim behind it. But again, we'll have to see. Sound of Falling, again, well, granted, we have not really seen what has happened to this film, since it premiered at Cannes, but, look out for it. It does have strong reviews, but again, it has not really had that much buzz, so I don't know. Wicked for Good, again, I'm still holding out on this film for now, because the second act of Wicked is very divisive, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, maybe John M. Chu can pull off something incredible with this, and I'm certainly excited for it. Like, it's weird. People think I hate Wicked. It's like, did you not see me defending Wicked, like the first Wicked, like the previous Oscar year? I was really, I really loved Wicked. I thought Wicked was great. Like, hell, even in some ways, I even defended the first film's cinematography, because it's like, sure, yeah, the colors don't pop out as much as, I would like, but, like, the camera movements are incredible, and it's, like, some of the most dynamic, camera movements of, in a musical that I've seen in a while, probably since, like, West Side Story. So it's like, I don't know why people think I hate Wicked. I don't. I'm just very cautious. I hope this is good enough to get into Best Picture. But again, people are just so divided on the second act, so I just kind of need to, like, hold back a bit. But yeah. Then we get to Marty Supreme. Again, I'm just not entirely sure. Once again, I need to wait until the reviews, I think they're going to be very positive. And to be clear, I am looking forward to Marty Supreme. I think I'm going to really like it. Like, I really loved Uncut Gems. But however, the thing I need to look out for is the audience reviews, the audience ratings, because audiences did not really like Uncut Gems. Which baffled me, but again, like the frantic nature of that film and the screaming and all that, like, that probably turned them off. So I'm just kind of waiting it out for Marty Supreme to see if the audience if it's a more agreeable audience crowd pleaser, then sure. But it is also weird that it's, like, not going to the Fall Fest. Like, I don't know. But then again, maybe it's just trying to be that December film, because, Uncut Gems, I think, did premiere at some Fall Fests. But again, I'm just not completely sure about this. We'll have to see how everything goes. The Smashing Machine. Alright, The Smashing Machine. I feel like this might be a little bit more agreeable for audiences. Like, Dwayne Johnson could probably get into SAG, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I'm not really sure how the industry views Dwayne Johnson, because I know, like, after the whole DC thing, like, and because let's face it, everyone knows Dwayne Johnson was trying to, like, get into the whole DC leadership thing. But again, I'm not sure. The Testament of Ann Lee. If I'm not mistaken, this isn't. I think that once again, this is only going to Venice, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's also going to TIFF. Okay, so it is also going to TIFF. So, all right, that's all right, fair. But again, I'm not entirely sure if Mona Fastvold and Brady Corbet are gonna be, like, significant Oscar players moving forward, because they did do The Brutalist, but that was kind of it. And even then, the guilds absolutely hated The Brutalist. Like, they didn't give it any wins. Like, it lost ASC, the American Society of Cinematographers Award, to Maria, a film that probably many people weren't even predicting for the cinematography Oscar nomination, even though that was actually a very based nomination in my opinion. And I don't even mind that it won ASC. And then you also have the Art Directors Guild Awards, and for period film, The Brutalist couldn't even win that. It went to Nosferatu. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the Testament of Ann Lee. We'll have to see how everything goes. But again, basically Courbet and Fassvold have not really had any Oscar players before The Brutalist, and I want to see like what their track record is moving forward. The Life of Chuck. Having seen The Life of Chuck, I think it's really good, and I really especially love the third act of the film. However, it did flop at the box office, and Neon has way too many movies right now. But the one thing that makes me wonder is it is a crowd pleaser, and I'm wondering if there could be like this kind of, like, I don't know if I want to say grassroots campaigning, because it almost sounds like me hope dicting, but it's just like, I don't know, like, I could see this getting into some precursors. Again, I don't know what, and again, Neon's not going to campaign this film, but I really want to keep my eye out for Life of Chuck, because, I don't know, I don't know. After the Hunt, this is also another film where we got the trailer. This film, I just really think the Academy's not going to go for. I really don't think they're going to do it. Given the subject matter in the film, it just feels like something that the Academy is just not gonna feel very pleasant about, and not in an like artistic way, like Oppenheimer or The Zone of Interest. I don't think many movies about this specific subject matter get nominated for Best Picture, especially when we're talking about Luca Guadagnino, who has not had a who has not had a Oscar-nominated film since Call Me by Your Name. I just don't know if I can jump on board this train right now. It's just like something doesn't feel right here. So I'm not gonna predict After the Hunt. I mean, we'll have to see, but it just feels like a film that wouldn't get in. So yeah. Frankenstein, again, I still have my doubts about Frankenstein. I mean, it is doing the Fall Fest circuit, which is, like, it's going in a lot of places, which is cool. And again, I'm excited for this film. I would like to see something like this get into Best Picture. But however, it's still a remake of a monster movie. And I know people are going to say, but Christian, it's an adaptation of the book, not a remake of the movie. For all intents and purposes, Frankenstein is a remake, okay? We've seen the Frankenstein story been done so many times. It's not like no one knows what's going to happen here. But again, I'm not saying it can't be great. I mean, look at Nosferatu. I think that should have been nominated for Best Picture. But, however, it's still that kind of criteria. It's and I know people are saying, "Oh, it's not really horror and whatnot." It's like, but come on, guys! Like, everyone knows that Frankenstein is like horror adjacent. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like gonna give you nightmares at the end of the day, but it's like it's still like that kind of film. I just think Frankenstein is gonna be all text and nothing else. Like, it's probably going to be Nosferatu, to be honest. Like, for it to get into Best Picture, I would need to see some kind of strength in the guilds that are above the line. Like, Nightmare Alley got into adapted screenplay, all right, and also Nightmare Alley got into SAG with a nomination that showed some level of strength. But right now, I just don't know if I can do that for Frankenstein. Moving on, we get to the final five. We have Anemone. I don't think this has done anything in terms of the Fall Fest circuit. Let me look. Okay, yeah. Anemone has still not gone into the like Fall Fests. This is weird. Like, what is going on with Anemone? Because it looks like it's gonna be it's gonna have a limited theatrical release on October 3rd, 2025, expanding nationwide on October 10th. So what's going on here? Like I don't know. But again, because Daniel Day-Lewis could get a lead actor nomination, I'm still going to put it in the possibilities for Best Picture. But, however, what's going on with what's going on with the Fall Fests? I don't know. Hamnet, I've just never thought this sounded like a Best Picture film, to be honest. So I don't know. I know Chloe Zhao won Best Picture for Nomadland, but I don't know. I just, something about the film, I'm just I don't know. Even looking at the set photos, which granted these are just set photos, so I mean, you know, take that with a grain of salt, but it doesn't look all that interesting, especially not with the costumes. It's like, I don't know. Kiss the Spider-Woman, I mean, my god, I thought, like, hey, if this goes to the Fall Fest, maybe it could still have a shot. It has not appeared anywhere in the Fall Fests. Anywhere! It's like, what? Like, what are they doing with this movie, man? It's like, they could have done it. Like they could put Lionsgate could put like a whole campaign behind this, but it looks like they're just not going to do it. Or anything like that. Or, I mean, granted, who knows, maybe it could be a late edition, but it's just weird right now. House of Dynamite, funny enough, it is making the Fall Fest circuit, but again, the subject matter of the film, it just really screams Netflix content movie, like Netflix, thriller content movie. I just don't know. It doesn't sound right. And even in terms of his, like, screenwriting efforts, I'm not sure what to make of him, because it's, like, his filmography in terms of, hold on. Even the screenwriter, Noah Oppenheim, I have no idea what to make of his filmography. It's kind of all over the place. Like, he's only written 3 movies, but, like, get a load of this. The first film he wrote was The Maze Runner, and then he wrote the Divergent series Allegiant, and then he did Jackie. So it's like, what exactly is he doing? Or the very, like, I don't know what to make of his screenwriting. It's like all over the place. So I'm not that, so that's not really encouraging. And the fact that it's like a Netflix like thriller film, it's like, I don't know. And then everyone knows a Minecraft movie is going to be nominated for Best Picture because Steve's Lava Chicken. And lava chicken, Steve's Lava Chicken, but yeah, guys, that will about do it for this week's Best Picture Oscar predictions. Next week will be the director and screenplay categories. We're probably going to see what else is coming to the Fall Fest, so there'll be a little bit of an update there as well. And so, yeah, guys, now I'm going to pass the question off to you. What are your Best Picture predictions for August? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and be sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, you're not going to get a chance to taste Steve's Lava Chicken.